Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to this live stream. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for today's show, and today we are going to be taking a look at the SimWorks Studios Quest Kodiak 104 Microsoft Flight Simulator. I want to welcome all of you. Ali Brahimi, welcome, my friend, and Greaser. Hello, guys, and welcome. I do realize that a lot of you guys are probably watching the Flight Deck to Sim flight on the 737NG, so that's perfectly okay. Salt Grader, how are you doing, my friend? So we are in the beautiful island of Catalina, and we are going to be basically doing a full review of the Quest Kodiak, which has been receiving glowing reviews from just about everyone. And so today is our chance to take a closer look at the aircraft. And hopefully I'll give you my, again, unbiased view of what I think of the aircraft and how does it fare up, for example, to its X-plane counterpart. Of course, we do have a Quest Kodiak by Fronda Designs from in X-plane 11. And I've used it for a number of years, and today we have it for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, in terms of the fidelity, let's actually go ahead and take a look at the aircraft here. And we are going to take, you can see, of course, let me just go to external view if I can, yeah. So in terms of the 3D modeling, you can see that this is a exquisite model, really, in terms of the texturing. The 3D model is done quite well. I do like the fine details, and everything has been done to give this aircraft a very authentic look. The aircraft sounds, by the way, have been recorded from the real aircraft. So this creates for a really authentic experience in terms of the sounds. And it comes in so many liveries. You're just spoiled for choice in terms of the liveries. You get the cargo, you've got the Summit, you've got the business turboprop liveries. They come in different colors and different configurations. You have them for passengers and cargo, or all cargo, or those skydive variants, just really a number of liveries and different configurations, which really suits all tastes, and it allows you to fly the aircraft for different purposes. For those reasons, I think in terms of the visuals, I think this aircraft really receives a full mark. Excuse me, a 10 out of 10 in terms of the model. In terms of the texture work, you can see again the use of PBR, and you can see the fine details underneath the wing here. You can see the flaps, just really fine textures and 3D modeling. Hopping into the inside of the aircraft, you can see that again the look and feel, the 3D modeling, the texture work, and the fidelity of the 3D modeling and textures are of the highest order. And SimWorks Studios have done really a very good job modeling this aircraft, both inside and out. And it's quite interactive, so you can actually open the door. Here they've created click spots where you can open the door, and we can open this door as well, like so. And there is the overhead panel. Now the curvatures here are not perfect, so you can see it's kind of a, it's not a very smooth turn here, but overall the texture work is okay. I give this aircraft an overall 9 out of 10 in terms of the texturing, both inside and out. If we move back here to the passenger cabin, you can see also that it's very well modeled. Everything looks pretty nice and in high quality. You can see the cargo area here, and you can also open the door right there, and we can click both spots here to open the doors, which is again a nice feature. I like the fact that you're able to interact with the aircraft. Unfortunately, they don't have a control panel but they allowed for you to interact with the aircraft and set things up the way you like, selecting all the liveries. In my view, I would have given it better points in terms of features and usability if the liveries were, for example, selected via a control panel. So I do like the fact that everything is modeled and modeled quite well. And if you can look here, there's nothing in-up in this aircraft. Everything actually works in this aircraft. Everything has a purpose. Everything's been modeled. If we had the yoke here, all those switches work. Even the air conditioning system here, which will illuminate, the display will illuminate after we bring power to the aircraft. You will see that the air conditioning system actually works on this aircraft. It does have a few issues with the autopilot. I've done a couple of test flights where once you intercept the localizer, the aircraft doesn't align very well with the runway. So that could be a glitch, or it could be something else I'm doing wrong. I don't know, but it didn't work as intended. But everything else looks really good. You can even move the air conditioning here, the airflow. You've got all your you can also click here for close the door. Actually, that was not what I intended, but let's go ahead and close the door, and we'll open the. Let's see, the door is somewhere there. There we go. Again, really nice sounds recorded from the real aircraft. Now, this aircraft, in terms of the fidelity and attention to details, I think they've done a really good job. And you can see that once we go to the, let me see here, what happened to my mouse? I see what's happening here. All right, so here's my mouse, and if we go to, not sure why I'm not getting the, oh, there we go. All right, so if we go back here and we go to the balance. Now, for this aircraft, you need to make sure that everything is done properly and that the center of gravity is done correctly. Otherwise, you'll have problems with this aircraft. And so let's come back here and let's see. All right. So let's switch this to pounds. And if we add passengers, so if I add one to this row here, we're just going to add 170 and enter it. And you can see that it will add a passenger in real time to the aircraft. And the same thing happens when you add cargo. So if we go to the cargo shelf here, 200 pounds, so we're going to say 200, and you enter that. It should add some cargo. I'm not sure why it didn't, but in previous flights, I know it added some cargo there. This time around, it didn't. But it adds the passengers in real time, so we can add here another passenger, for example. And as you can see here now, there is another passenger. We're going to take those passengers today to Burbank in California. A short flight, about 15-20 minutes from Catalina Island. And yeah, all is looking good here. And we can close that. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start the aircraft from its cold and dark state, take it for a short flight. And I want to welcome Salt Grader. Good evening, my friend Cesar. Welcome, my friend Richard. Hello there, Captain. How are you doing, my friend? Diego, how are you doing there? Night at night. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start the aircraft from its cold and dark state and take it for a short flight here from Catalina to Burbank in California. A beautiful scenery, by the way, of Catalina Island. And the scenery, of course, is that of Orbex. And you are able to get the links to all the scenery as well as the aircraft by Antonio. Hello there, my friend. Happy 2022, my friend. And we've got Nick. Hello there, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Both sceneries today are from Orbex, and the links are provided via the chat by using the commands. Feifei747, hello there. Welcome, my friend. You can use exclamation departure, exclamation arrival to basically get the links to the scenery. All right, so we are going to now start the aircraft and take it for a short flight. We're going to be cruising at about 6,000 feet today. Let's go ahead and turn on the fuel and then take notice of the sounds. Very, very nice sounds. I really like what they've done with the sounds here. And we are going to turn the shut-off fuel valve. It is now done. And then we're going to come over here and turn on the master switch on. Avionics bus is on. We'll leave the auxiliary bus for after engine start. And let's bring up, this is our flight path today. We're flying VFR to Burbank. And by the way, Kilo Bravo Uniform Romeo is our destination airport. Kilo Alpha Victor X-Ray is our departure airport. Right, you can see again, very nice Garmin devices there. Very well modeled with all the features. And everything is functional. All the buttons are functional, so there is no in-up buttons except for, I believe, this one here. Course 2 is in-up. It doesn't work. Everything else works fine. All right, we're going to turn on our beacon lights and the nav lights. And we are going to put the fuel pump, auxiliary fuel pump is turned on. And now we're ready to start. Starting the Kodiak is quite simple. We're just going to turn the ignition on, the starter on low, and we're just going to wait for, let's see here. We'll take a look here and wait. Right, that's good. Propeller to high idle. Or low idle, beg your pardon. And we'll just wait for the engine to stabilize. Look at the torque here. Right, and then the mixture to high idle as well. Just listen to those sounds. Just beautiful sounds. Listen to that. Gorgeous, really gorgeous sounds. All right, next up we can now turn on the generator and alternator. We're going to put the fuel pump on standby. We no longer need the ignition, and the starter can go to the off position, and we can put the propeller on max. Perfect. Now the B button, which normally sets the altimeter, does not work with this aircraft, so you have to grab the altimeter and enter it yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the METAR information for Catalina, and the altimeter is 3029. You can set it here, 3029. Right, 3029 is set, and we're going to be cruising at 6,000 feet today, so let's set the altitude here to 6,000 feet. All right, 6,000 feet is set, and everything else is good. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the auxiliary bus. And now, as you can see, we have the air conditioning system working. The current temperature cabin is actually 17, so it's kind of nice and cool today in Catalina. And Cheapskate Simmer, hello there, my friend. Owen, hello there, welcome. I'm glad that you enjoy the content. Sven, hello, my friend. And Happy New Year to you from Kuwait. All right. So, everything is now in order. All is looking good. We're going to turn on the pitos. Taxi light is on. And let's see, we can turn those on later on. All right, let's go ahead over to the air conditioning system. It's kind of cool. We're going to set the temperature to about 23 Celsius, and let's turn on the air conditioning system. We'll put that on auto, and you can hear the air conditioning system now as well. Perfect. All right, we're ready to go now, and everything is looking good. The next thing we need to do before we what happened here? I keep losing my mouse. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. Mouse is back. Perfect. All right, so we need to go to the top. Let me just go to L9, and we need those locks. We need to lock those in position, which is the inertial reel. They need to be in the lock position for takeoff and landing. So far, to sum up in terms of what I think of this aircraft, I think it is a well-developed aircraft. I personally think that the Just Flight suite of aircraft, the Pipers, are better made in my view. They are a lot more fun to fly. But if you like, bush planes, this is probably the very best one available for Microsoft Flight Simulator to date. This is so far what I think. I think the modeling is very good. The sounds are very good. The texturing could use some work in some areas, but I'm not too concerned about it. So far, it's real good. The sounds are amazing on this aircraft. All right, we're ready to go. We're going to release the parking brake, and we're going to taxi to the runway. Let's give it a little bit of power, and let's go. You have to admire the beauty of the scenery here at Catalina Island, which is wow. Just simply, oh, our door is still open. So I was wondering why I hear the sounds. So let's head over to the back and let's close the doors. Right, first click spot, second click spot. Oh, much quieter now. All right, and let's see here. All right, we are back where we belong, and let's see here. All right, perfect. Let's bring the yoke back, and let's head over to the runway. All right, parking brake released. Christophe, hello there, my friend, and welcome. Cohen, welcome, my friend. Omar Waynes, welcome. Friedel, Happy New Year and good evening to you, my friend. Fantastic scenery, really, of Catalina. Microsoft Flight Simulator is really growing on me in terms of just the fidelity, and I like this Quest Kodiak a lot, and I think it just really brings a, it brings that immersion level. It is a very enjoyable aircraft to fly. So now I think if we look at the fly-by-wire Airbus A320, and we've got the Pipers by Just Flight. I think all of them. And then we've got the PMDG DC-6 and the Quest Kodiak by SimWorks Studios. I think those are probably the top aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. But the thing is, it offers a beautiful world to fly in. And the scenery you can see here, just look at the grass and just the depiction of weather, the sky color, the rain, clouds, everything just looks fantastic in Microsoft Flight Simulator. LB90, hello my friend. The CRJ, yes, absolutely, sir. The CRJ by Airsoft is another good one. Yeah, sorry for missing that, but yeah, it is one hell of an aircraft as well, and one that I really like. All right, here's our turn, and we're just going to make a brief stop here, and let's go ahead and turn on the strobe lights. Taxi lights off, landing lights are on, and everything else is good. Release parking brake, and we're going to bring the fuel control to max. Those engine sounds are fantastic. All right, and we are good to go, folks. Let's go. Bit hard to keep it on the center line. Let's take off at about 70 knots. All right, here we go. Rotate. You need to be very gentle with the, all right, let's go ahead and switch this to GPS. "3,000 feet runway here at Catalina." We're going to maintain our current heading and continue to climb to 6,000. It's got a lot of power, the Quest Kodiak. Let me bring the yoke back here so you guys can see. All right, that sound you just heard is the pitch trim. All right, here's what we'll do. We are going to come down here, and we are going to turn on the yaw damper, the autopilot, navigation, and we're going to click on vertical speed, and we are going to climb at about 800 feet per minute. Just look at that. It's really beautiful, beautiful aircraft. And the sounds are just fantastic. Never flown into Catalina. Took the jet cat ferry once or twice as a kid. Fun place, absolutely. I've been to Catalina once back when I was a student in California. I used to go to Cal State University at Fresno, and so I am very familiar with California and all the great places there. And I revisited California. We need to the prop, so let's go to right there. All right, we need this. We need the RPM to be at 2,000. So we're going to reduce prop here to go to 2,000. All right, 2,000, and there we go. Watch our speed. Our speed is good. We continue to climb to our cruise altitude. We're going to increase the range here a bit. There we go. And we're going to pass by Los Angeles International on our way to Hollywood Burbank Airport. Benny Boone, hello there, good day from Kentucky. Hello, my friend, welcome. Just got the Kodiak myself. I'm watching to see how you fly this bird. I love turboprops and had to have it. Absolutely. Tars, hey there, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us tonight. All right. So we are now going to, by the way, since we've selected 6,000 with the vertical speed, the aircraft will automatically stop at 6,000 feet. It will stop the climb. Of course, we're going to gain some speed. We need to just watch our prop here so we can give it a little more. I can still give it a little more RPM here and get some more speed. And we can increase prop a little bit. There, we want it at 2,000. There we go, 2,000. And we'll just maintain the 2,000. Things will get a little more interesting once we pass the water area here. As you can see now, we can just zoom in here. You can see that the aircraft is automatically decreasing the rate of climb as we approach 6,000 feet. You can see the speed is increasing. We'll leave it at about 150 to 160 knots or so. And yeah, I think that's reasonable. And we'll check the altimeter once we are close. Once we see Los Angeles to our left, we'll know that we are pretty close. And actually, it's a very interesting approach into Burbank runway 26 because the area is a very mountainous area, and the airport is actually located between, a mountain range. So you have to be very careful as you approach the runway, especially runway 26. I want a fried chicken right now. Why not? Right here, let's take a look at the outside. Beautifully modeled Quest Kodiak for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not sure. Oh, there we go. And you can see the heat blare right here. Looks really, really good. Here's another view. Not much there. Yeah, things will get interesting as we approach. It's actually a very short flight, but I think it's very important that we test, and all my reviews moving forward are going to be, I normally fly from point A to point B, or beg your pardon, normally for reviews I fly around the area and just land the aircraft. But I think it's most important that you guys actually get a feel for what the aircraft is like. And so I decided that moving forward, all my reviews will be a full flight, but it's going to be very short, like this one here, where we do a short 20-minute, 15-minute flight from airports that are close, so that we don't waste too much time in cruise. But yeah, I think it gives you a better appreciation of what the aircraft does or doesn't do. All right, 6,000. By the way, in order for us to calculate the top of descent, we need to be at about 1,000 before we make the turn into Burbank. So what I'm going to do is begin the descent in accordance with whatever we get from our GTN device here. So let it just initialize here. By the way, you do have the flight plan in, so if we go to flight plan and we go to, yeah, so about 30 nautical miles. We are at 6,000. We need to go down, so 5 times 3 is 15. So we need about 20 nautical miles. So in about 10 nautical miles, we will begin our descent to the airport. Yeah, about 9 nautical miles will begin the descent. All looks good there. And we can see the map here as well. Yeah, all is good. Not sure why nav isn't working. Right, we can turn this off. Another thing I noticed in this aircraft is it makes those really, the turns are a bit aggressive. But I guess that's how the Kodiak flies. Just look at that beautiful scenery of California in the Quest Kodiak. That looks fantastic. All right, so if we look down here, if we go to the flight plan, and we can bring up the, by the way, the transponder should be on. And then we'll bring the PFD, we'll bring bearing 1, 2, right, 25.8 nautical miles to our destination. And the aircraft should correct itself momentarily. So in approximately 5 nautical miles, we will begin our descent to our destination. By the way, you've got, again, this little device got a menu here. They've simulated this as well, and these are all operational, so you can actually use them. You can set the course direct to, nav mode, battery shutdown, all that good stuff. And by the way, they have actually modeled all the circuit breakers down here. So let's just go to right there. You see all those circuit breakers are modeled for extra fun. And if you want to really challenge yourself and turn some of these off, yeah, you can definitely do that. You can just pop them out and they would stop working. So overall, I think a very good effort by SimWorks Studios creating this Quest Kodiak for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think I do have a new favorite in addition to the Pipers by Just Flight, the CRJ by Airsoft, the PMDG DC-6, and the fly-by-wire Airbus A320 are all excellent aircraft. All right, let's take a look here. 21, let's go ahead and set our altitude here to 1,000, or actually, we're just going to say 3,000 feet for now. 3,000 feet. And we are going to begin our descent right now. Okay. So we are going to go vertical speed, and we are going to descend at about 600 feet per minute. $500, $550, and $650. No, that's too much. Let's bring it back. I think that's fine. $550, and there we go. Just look at this scenery. Just absolutely breathtaking. The scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator is just phenomenal. Really, really beautiful. That is, by the way, to our left is Los Angeles International Airport. Right there. That's Los Angeles. Let's switch to external view. Here you can see this better here. I mean, in terms of realism, In terms of eye candy, I think nothing comes close to Microsoft Flight Simulator. By far, the very best looking sim. And I honestly can't wait for X-Plane 12 to come out. All right, so if you can, I'm not sure if you can spot the mountains there. So the airport is actually after this mountain and right before the other mountain there. So it's kind of somewhere in there. And yeah, I mean, this scenery looks just really fantastic. I love flying over the state of California. It reminds me so much of my college days. All right, we're going to start reducing our speed as well. It is definitely beautiful, yes. Do you think MSFS will ever get X-Plane level flight dynamics? Well, here's what I think. I think once the SDK becomes available for developers, they will find ways to create custom flight models for their aircraft. This is similar to what A2A has done with Prepared, for example, and FSX. What they've done is they've used their own custom programming to develop, to develop the aircraft fly model, and they've done a phenomenal job. A2A aircraft are extremely realistic and very, very high fidelity in terms of flight model simulation. So I think the base is there in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's going to be up to developers to use it the right way and develop their add-ons with depth in the simulation of the flight model. The AutoGen is really remarkable in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, this is what you'd see flying over Los Angeles, and you can probably go to your own house if you live in LA. All right, we're getting pretty close now to our destination. 1,000 feet to go. Vikram, hello there, my friend. Welcome. Man, the scenery is just wow. Bit hazy here. Nonetheless, looks just phenomenal. Very, very nice indeed. All right, if we go to the procedure and we select the arrival, I'm not sure why it's not giving us the correct runway. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to turn off the autopilot, Autopilot disengaged. And what we're going to do is we are going to turn the other way and then come back and land. Runway 8 at Burbank has an ILS frequency. We'll start reducing our speed. Let's make it a bit more comfortable for our passengers. All right, let's begin extending flaps. Actually, I think you're not supposed to extend flaps while turning. I'm not sure. I think we might have missed the runway. That's the airport without a doubt. But my turn was not a very successful turn because I really can't see anything. All right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the other side and attempt the landing once more. That's definitely the runway there, and we'll attempt runway 26 as originally planned. Yeah, that's runway 26 is somewhere there. Gorgeous scenery of the area. I'm just going to give myself a little more space. Well, hello there from the middle of Washington State. How are you doing, my friend? All right, flaps. All right, and the runway is right ahead of us now. Flaps are full. And here we come. Speed is good. And welcome to Burbank, California, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it safely here. And we're just going to make a turn. And Master Luke 5, welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, my friend. All right, let's retract the flaps. That's the FedEx building, and the main terminal is right ahead of us there. So what do you guys think of the aircraft? Because before I give you my final remarks, what do you guys think? And yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and park the aircraft here. Looks like a good spot to park. It looks like there is another Kodiak right there. All right, here we go. Parking brake is set. Thank you, Blackjack. Appreciate it, my friend. What is the main difference in compared to the Grand Caravan? They're just, I guess, different aircraft, different configurations, different purposes. It looks pretty similar to the Grand Caravan with the cargo pod underneath. Let's head over back here, and now we can shut down the aircraft. Let's go ahead and turn off the nav lights, beacon, strobe, landing lights are off, pitos are off, and we're going to turn on the avionics, and there we go. No, cancel, continue. All right. All right, there we go. Let's cancel the master warning, and ignition is already in the off position. All is good. Generators are off, and you can turn this off and unlock these and turn off the fuel. And we are good. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The SimWorks Studios Quest Kodiak 100 for Microsoft Flight Simulators. What do I think of the aircraft? Well, I think it's a well-developed aircraft in terms of its 3D modeling and texture work. I would have loved to seen a control panel where you can select the different liveries. What I'll do is momentarily is I will show you guys the different liveries and how to select them and whatnot. But in terms of the 3D modeling, the texture work, I think the aircraft receives a 9 out of 10. In terms of features, usability, I give it maybe a 7 or 6 out of 10. In terms of flying the aircraft, the actual feel of the aircraft, I think it really is. It's really a lot of fun to fly the Kodiak. It reminds me a lot of the Tundra variant in X-Plane, which I've flown for a number of years in X-Plane 11. So there are a lot of similarities between the two. But in terms of the visuals, it's phenomenal. In terms of the usability, it's not so much. In terms of the enjoyment, it is very enjoyable. And I do like the fact that they've simulated just about every button on the aircraft, and they've made it interactive, so you can actually interact with the aircraft to open the doors, for example. Is this a high fidelity simulation of the aircraft? Probably not. Is this study level? I don't think so, but I think it's one of the better made aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I give it a final score of 7 out of 10 with the Q8 pilot seal of approval. If you like bush planes, if you like to do bush flights, I will tell you that this is the very best bush plane you can buy for Microsoft Flight Simulator today. So your money is going to be well invested in this aircraft, in my view. And definitely, it sounds great, it looks good, it feels good. Definitely an aircraft that is worth well its price. So the price is not astronomical or anything like that. And what I'd like to do, guys, is I'd like to show you the, let's go to the main menu, and I want to show you the all the liveries and all the configurations, just so that in case you're wondering, we can go to the world map here, and we're going to select the aircraft. All right, so here's what you can see. You see those are the different variants of the aircraft. So you've got, let's see, you've got 4 of them. You've got the Kodiak 100, the cargo pod, the tundra tires, and the tundra tires with cargo pod. As you can see, those are the shapes of the different aircraft. Now, if you go to each one of these, it has several liveries to choose from. This is, for example, the Aviation Sans Frontiers, and then the Skydive with Style. I can show you if you'd like to see any of these. We can definitely do that. Hello, world of gaming. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing? Bernie Boone. It looks and sounds great to me. Thanks for you're most welcome, sir. I hope that gave you an insight into the aircraft and what it does and what it doesn't do. But as you can see here, there is a number of liveries that you can choose from with different configurations and different purposes. So you've got, and this is available for all the 4 variants. So if we go here, Safari Wings, Summit Interior, you've got the Factory 3 Mixed Interior, Factory Tundra Interior, Cargo, Summit. This is the Rainland Air Service. And look at this, the list continues of all the different liveries and configurations of this aircraft. Look how many we've gone through just now, and those are all available to you as part of the package. Now, I tell you, speaking of value for money, considering the amount of work that's gone into the modeling the aircraft, programming the aircraft, and all those liveries available to you, the different configurations, and I think by far this is the very best bush plane available for X-Plane for Microsoft Flight Simulator today. Without a doubt, if you like this kind of stuff, if you like flying those bush planes, then definitely I would recommend that you get it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let me just go back here, and we're gonna select the Safari Interior, and I'm going to go to this one. Will change let me just say fly there. We'll just take a look at a different livery. So again, you can appreciate the fidelity of those textures and all the work that SimWorks Studios have done on this aircraft. Personally, I think it's a really well-made aircraft. Again, highly recommended if you like doing bush trips. I think this is the aircraft for you. Not everyone, by the way, likes bush planes. Personally, if I were to compare this between SimWorks Studios Quest Kodiak 100 and the suite of aircraft from Just Flight, the Pipers, personally, I would go with the Pipers. That's just my preference. So I'm not sure why it started here, but let's change the time. There we go. Ah, that's because I selected the aircraft on the runway. That's why. All right. So this is, again, the Safari wings. Again, beautifully textured. And we can see some giraffes in the back there. Cool. Let's... thought I saw them. Yeah, there you go. Got some giraffes there. One of the other things I like about Microsoft Flight Simulator is full of life, and that's something, yeah, you know, we really, I personally like to see in a sim when I'm flying, especially when you're doing bush trips again. So yeah, so folks, I think this aircraft is definitely worth its money, and the link to it is provided in the chat. So just type !aircraft and you should be able to get a link to the aircraft at the SimWorks Studios website. Alrighty, well, this is pretty much it, folks, for today's show, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching this stream today, and I hope I was able to provide you with sufficient insight to decide whether the SimWorks Studios Kodiak 100 is for you or not. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in today, and bye-bye for now.